Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining yet another episode of the FlytNow webinar series. I'm your host Vaishali. With me I have my colleague Achal, who has joined as a panelist representing FlightBase. I'll just quickly introduce our panelist. Achal has over 5 years of experience in the drone industry and has been actively involved in product development, marketing, design, and business development. As a part of the leadership team at FlightBase, he has been working with several customers across the globe to provide autonomous drone-based solution for various applications. In today's webinar, Achal will demonstrate how drones video feed can be seamlessly integrated with various existing video management systems, popularly known as VMS, to speed up the entire incident response process while reducing risks. We are also very excited to introduce our other panelists for today, Joseph Waldron. Joe is the Product Integration Director at RAWview in the UK. He has over 12 years of professional experience in engineering, industrial automation, and unmanned aerial vehicle. At RAWview, he specializes in helping customers adopt commercial drone solutions and seamlessly integrate them into business operations. So welcome again, Achal and Joe.
Thank you, Vaishali.
I'll let Achal take over from here. However, before he begins, I request all attendees to type in their question in the Q&A section. We are also going to run a couple of polls, hence requesting everyone to participate.
Great. Thank you, Vaishali. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So let me quickly go through the outline of this webinar. So this is the outline where we're going to speak about the key challenges, security. The topic of this webinar is going to revolve around the integration with the video management systems and how we can integrate autonomous drones for incident responses. We're going to speak about FlightNow security, as well as we're going to talk about FlightNow plus video management solution demo. Then I'm going to pass it on to Joe, where we're going to learn how RAWview can help you deploy the complete integrated solutions using the box, the drone, and the software, plus the required regulatory approvals that you need for these kind of demonstrations. And then we'll open up for Q&A, and there'll be obviously participant polls in between. So in the next slide, thank you. In the previous webinars, we have covered how we can solve the first two challenges with FlightNow, that is the real-time situational awareness by managing a fleet of drones and streaming live video feed and telemetry data. And secondly, we also demonstrated how we can conduct repeated and pre-scheduled patrols or missions using the mission scheduler feature. In this webinar, we are going to cover the next two challenges, that is how we can detect threats, intrusions, and anomalies and do incident response with drones. Of course, there are few workflows to achieve that, but for the scope of this webinar, we're going to cover how we can integrate existing VMS with threat detection capabilities and deploy drones based on these triggers. So if you go to the next slide, we understand what is the role of the VMS in security, where we are looking for a complete solution where we already have integrated the cameras, encoders, storage, analytics, access control, and bunch of different features where industry is already using video management solution. So video management solution is a platform that brings together all the components of a video network. This consolidated system provides users with the tools necessary to manage, control, and support all the devices, components, as well as subsystems. The VMS also manages many different user types, so you can have the complete team, the user management, user level access, and have different permission levels. These solutions, these VMS, have already integrated the video analytics part. So when we talk about automatic detection in this webinar, we are focusing particularly on these pieces where the piece of the problem in terms of detection is already solved by a bunch of these video management solutions. So when we talk about any solution, they have any kind of plugin build where they can detect threats using motion sensors or using AI on the video analytics to detect or raise alarms. Now, Taking this to the next slide, we can help you integrate the complete video management solution using the drones. So I'll play out a quick scenario where you already have the video management system established, where you already have CCTV cameras all around your facilities. Now, using the VMS solutions, they already have the video analytics component, where a video camera can detect a particular intruder and raise a trigger. Now, once the trigger is raised, Once the trigger is raised, now this can be seamlessly integrated with FlytNow, and we can deploy a drone directly to that location, where the drone can automatically take off from a docking station and traverse to that path and reach that complete location for the live situational awareness. So there are two ways to integrate it. One is the API integration with the VMS. So we provide FlytNow APIs, where if you already have a capability, you can integrate the existing VMS of your choice and leverage these kind of functionalities. So we're gonna briefly touch upon APIs in next few slides. But we are also now integrating popular VMS and building plugins where we can directly integrate and leverage the capabilities. So we're gonna demonstrate one video with a famous VMS solution called Milestone in the later part of the slides. So what are we looking at? So we're looking at drones as a force multipliers, where we can enhance the visibility, where drones can have the ability to provide bird's eye view, obviously, remove all the blind spots. So there could be larger objects kept in your yard, or you have inaccessible terrain, or you are flying during the dark hours where you need to use thermal cameras. So drones can provide that enhanced visibility. Now with integration of VMS, we can have a quicker response. So once the threat is detected, you can send a drone to that particular location where we already know the area from which the alarm or trigger has been raised, and we can send the drone to that particular area without exposing the security personnel or security guard to that danger. So this obviously helps in increased ROI, where not only do drones bring the reduction in operational cost in the long run, but also autonomous systems also help in reduce risk and improving the efficiency. So this is how it works. So as I spoke, this is a quick infographic which helps you understand how we can integrate VMS for automatic intruder detection. So at the first point, we see a CCTV camera connected to the VMS, where it already has a video analytics system. So it can detect that particular object or an intruder that upon the intrusions, the alert is raised for the VMS, where VMS can take that and pass it to FlytNow with the integration. Now, once we understand that what camera, what geolocation that has been detected, we can autonomously send the drone to that geolocation and perform a patrol. And we can relay all the live HD video feed directly to the same video management solution. So this is how we can achieve that complete incident response by integrating the video management solutions. This is a quick slide which helps you understand how things are connected. So this is a quick architecture diagram where we already understand there is a drone, like a DJI Mavic drone, and you have a docking stations, and that docking station and drone is connected to the cloud, where you can access all the data on the FlytNow dashboard. Now, using the same API SDK or plugins, we can integrate the video management solution, where we can get all the data as well as command and control into your existing video management solution. So if you already are using, or your customers are already using a smart wall where they have already installed a video management solution, now FlytNow can be integrated directly into that, where not only they can get the video streaming into that, we can also integrate the telemetry, the video, the navigation, the control of the drone. Plus, we can also integrate the additional capabilities what these VMS solutions generally provide. So this slide talks about the FlytNow API integration, where we have a bunch of different APIs for navigation, control, telemetry, payload, gimbal control, as well as mission planning. And then we have a detailed video streaming SDK, which provides you multiple video streams on different protocol, be it RTSP, RTMP, WebRTC, on web. So we can use these APIs to integrate with any kind of VMS solution, where you can leverage these APIs to integrate on the VMS that you are currently using or your customers are using. If you're looking for a detailed integration, then we go on the next slide. Where we have already started building plugins for various VMS solution. So this is a quick architecture diagram with one of the popular solutions called Milestone, where we have already integrated FlytNow with the Milestone VMS. So the Milestone is connected to the server, and then we are leveraging the APIs and SDK from Milestone to integrate it with FlytNow. So FlytNow can send the live data directly to the Milestone, as well as the plugin that we have built helps send the drone telemetry, drone camera commands and controls, as well as live video feed. So we have a brief demo here, which will help you understand better how things can be done in the VMS. So I would request Vaishali to take over here and give us a quick demonstration of this video. Before that, Vaishali, if you have any questions, you can pull that up.
Yes, thank you, Achal. Before I start with the demo, I would like to run a quick poll. Let me launch that. I hope everyone is able to view the poll. So we are wanting to understand what commercial application are most of our attendees currently deploying drones for. So we have a bunch of applications, right from security, surveillance, public safety, asset inspection, agricultural and aerial surveys, or any other domain that they are currently using drones for. And the second question is more to do with if you're already using a VMS system, then what is it, or which popular VMS are you currently employing to conduct your complete security operation? I will wait for 15 more seconds before I end the poll. We request every attendee to participate. This would enable us to build tighter integrations with various VMS systems that are available. All right, I'll end the poll now. So here are the results. Most of our attendees are currently operating in security and surveillance and providing solutions to secure industrial sites. From the VMS side, Milestone is the most popular VMS. We also have a bunch of people who are using other VMSs. We would definitely be more interested in learning what are the other VMSs that you are currently using, and see if we can build an integration with it. So thank you again. I'll now move on to the video which we have recorded a while back, where we built a complete plugin for a Milestone, and how Achal demonstrated the plugin works. I'll just quickly show that as well here. So how we start with launching the Milestone X Protect Smart Client. And once you've already launched, once you launch in, you can import the FlytNow plugin. This is how the FlytNow plugin looks. On the left, you see the various views. These are customizable layouts, which any user can customize depending on the number of cameras installed in your security, in your facility. And you can get a map view, which would maybe show you if you're creating a mission, or if there's an intruder detection, it will show you the geolocation. And you can get the view from the drones as well as the other CCTV cameras that are installed. On the bottom, you can see a complete drone command and control platform, where on the left, you can see the telemetry of the drone in case once the drone is operational or one it's in flight. You can take over controls. You can also perform other functionalities I'll come to later. So here you can see we got an intruder detection, and once you confirm to send the drone to that location, you fill in the pre-flight checklist. You can launch the drone from the docking station or any landing platform to go to that particular location to inspect further. And as you can see, you'll also be able to swap the view. So we had the map view here on the top left, which can be easily swapped when you want to see the drone view in greater detail. And as the drone moves, you'll be able to track the location of the drone and get its telemetry information. And if there is an intrusion or if there is any such sort of detection that the alarm has raised, you'll get to see on the dashboard as well. In case you want to abort the mission at any point of time, you can take over manual control from Milestone platform, and you'll also be able to change the feed depending on your requirements. So if you are flying at night and you want to view a thermal video feed, you can switch between visual and thermal feed as well. We also have various payload integrations. So for example, sorry for the loud noise. So for example, if you're integrating with a speaker or a spotlight, you'll also be able to view that or control those payloads. Typically, Mavic 2 Enterprise drone provides these various payloads that can be integrated. We also have a separate tab, which is the FlytNow Mission Manager, where you can plan these quick or simple missions. So very similar to how you plan missions on FlytNow dashboard, as most of you are aware, you can plan these missions on Milestone as well, in case you want to conduct pre-scheduled or automated missions on Milestone. So that was a quick demo. I'll ask Achal to take over from here again.
Thank you, Vaishali. Thanks for that demo. So in this demo, we just saw that how we can integrate the complete UI into the Milestone. So of course, you can use FlytNow to conduct all these operations. But in case the customer is already using a VMS solution, or you yourself are using a VMS solution, and you already have a smart wall where you need to integrate all that data into the VMS, then that can be integrated and you can get all the data on the same software. So now we'll move on to the partners part, where we have invited Joe to speak about how we are working closely with our partners to help the end users or end customers integrate with the complete end-to-end solution. So as you know, we provide the complete software. We have partners who provide docking stations. There are drones, multiple drones which are compatible, starting from DJI and other drones which are available in the market. Similarly, now we have a global network of partners who can help you integrate everything. So we have partners all across the globe, and then this webinar we are introducing to one of our partners called RAWview. They are based in UK, and I would hand it over to Joe, where we will quickly learn about how RAWview can help you deploy automated drone solutions and help you with the complete hardware, software, and the integration services for this.
Thanks very much, Achal. Hi everyone, it's a real pleasure to join you all on this webinar. So as mentioned by Basali in her introduction, RAWview is essentially a UK-based commercial drone specialist, supporting companies with the deployment of their own in-house drone operations and capabilities. So we share a business model similar to that of an IT system integrator. So our focus really is to bring together various hardware and software products from multiple different vendors and ensure that they all work together to deliver both industry and application specific solutions. So why would you use a system integrator as opposed to a basic drone retailer? Sorry, Basali, back on the previous slide. So firstly, most in-house drone projects have a number of moving parts, and we find that generally companies don't have the time or indeed the inclination to go about researching all of the individual elements themselves, let alone making them all work together in harmony. A system integrator like RAWview will ensure that each component is appropriate and relevant to the intended application, and also that that all of the various components work together as a end-to-end turnkey solution. Secondly, it takes care of all of the heavy lifting of the project. So we recognize that in many cases, businesses don't have experience or any past involvement with the use of drone technology. So we know that normal business activity has to go on throughout the implementation of a drone program. So in that scenario, a drone system integrator will take care of all of that heavy lifting. And then thirdly, getting the new way of working to fit with existing systems. So obviously the subject of this webinar is integrating the FlytNow solution with other video management systems. So clearly it's important that those integrations work and work right from the get-go. Okay, next slide, please. So the various elements of our service, really starting from the left, so to determine project feasibility and the required output. So clearly any project of this type needs to start with a clear understanding of what the project has to deliver. So RAWview essentially works hand in glove with your team to understand the deliverables of the project, exactly what the project needs to deliver and how, and that will of course set the path of the course going forward. So secondly, you see there procurement of the drone and the docking station. So from the details that we extract during the feasibility stage, we essentially equip our customers with the appropriate hardware. So in the case of the drone, we are focusing specifically on the type of footage that you need. So Basali mentioned it in the demo video. One clear necessity from many security organizations will be that they're able to get aerial footage at day and at night. So clearly, where night operations are required, we need to equip customers with the relevant hardware that can deliver clear thermal imagery. Secondly, in the case of the docking station or the drone nest, we need to ensure firstly that can accommodate the drone hardware that we're supplying, but critically that it can integrate seamlessly with the FlytNow solution. So as you may be aware, if you've been on other webinars, the FlytNow platform has the capability to completely autonomously take control of not only the drone and its in its aerial mission, but also of the docking station. So we must make sure that all works together. The next point is the sort of integration elements. So we take care of the coordination of that, working very closely with Flightbase's team to ensure that the solution can integrate seamlessly with your existing hardware and software platforms. Again, what we're trying to do is provide minimal disruption to your normal working practices. The next point there is quite an important one. So obviously, to achieve the real benefit and value from drone technology, we need to look at fully autonomous operation, whereby we're taking humans out of the loop, out of the workflow altogether. So there is a slight downside to this in that most regions that regulate or drone operations, specifically fully autonomous drone operations, those operations are subject to special permissions from the respective country's airspace regulator. So I don't know if we've got any UK security companies on the webinar, but in the case of the UK, our airspace is regulated by the Civil Aviation Authority. So to achieve those permissions and exemptions, the drone using entity will require what's called an operating safety case. So this is essentially a comprehensive document that explains how the operation will be conducted, critically how it will be conducted safely and how risks will be mitigated. But we take care of all of that element. So it is a specialist field, so it does require some expertise to build those safety cases. And then the final point there is, needless to say, really, that end user training is a critical element of any project like this. So we're talking not only regulatory training and guidance here, but also end user training on the actual solution, how to set mission plans up for automated drone flights, and so on. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is just a few reasons why we believe, and this isn't to be boastful in any way, but just some of the reasons why we believe that that RAWview is a good partner if you're looking to implement a drone strategy in your security operation. So firstly, experts. So it goes without saying that we've built our business on an intricate knowledge of all aspects of the commercial drone ecosystem. But more than that, we actually make it our business to put ourselves in the shoes of our customers. So we feel that that's really the only way to truly understand and appreciate the real world problems that they face, and that in turn we're trying to help them resolve. And really only with that level of detail can we honestly help our customers to maximize the potential that drone technology has to offer. Simplified. So by this, I mean that our approach to business, we try and scale back all of the complexities surrounding drone use. If anyone is familiar with the drone industry at large, you'll recognize that there's lots of jargon, lots of sort of aviation terminology. Well, our job is to strip all of that out and translate it into a language that is easily understood by you, the adopter of the technology. So our focus is really always to make our customers' adoption of drone technology as straightforward as it can possibly be. The objective ultimately is to provide a solution that could be treated as a turnkey solution, easily integrated into your existing workflows. The next one obviously is a big one, trust. Clearly bringing a drone operation in-house for the first time is not a small step for any business, irrespective of their size. So trust is a massive factor, and one that we aim to instill right from the get-go. And then finally, innovation. So drone technology is obviously developing at a rapid pace. And with that, the advent of new and improved technology continues to open up the potential for various new applications and opportunities. And I know the FlightBase team work incredibly hard to be at the very forefront of opening up those opportunities to our mutual customers. And really, we second that. Our aim is also to give our customer base access to the most advanced solutions on the market. And that's why it's really so important that we build partnerships like the one we share with FlightBase. Next slide, please. So I'm not going to dwell on this subject too much, but I mean, for the most part, being that the technology is clearly designed to operate in a way that reduces the human input required. Having said that, organizations do still require, depending on your region, but in many regions do still require certification from the airspace regulator. So whilst that may sound like a complicated task, it's really not. You could think of it in much the same way as you guys as security companies will usually require specific certification to operate in your industry. So it's a similar concept. Basically, it involves a training course, which is the content is approved by the regulator, who is essentially the one that's giving you the certificate, and it also includes the creation of a set of operating procedures. But we essentially take care of all of that process for our customers. Okay, and that's me. I think I'll hand back to Achal.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks for providing us the complete idea about what RAWview does and how you can help. So I'll encourage all the customers or partners who are looking to integrate this system to speak with RAWview. They're based out of UK. They can provide you with the detailed information, and we'll have all the details in the end of the slide. So here now we get to the stage where how we can engrave the part to the BVLOS mission. So this is where we're getting into. So this was a series of webinar where we covered the 4 topics: the live situation awareness, pre-scheduled missions, and the incident response using the VMS. Now going down the line, we are moving towards a series of webinar where we're gonna speak more about how we can deploy comprehensive automatic security solution for any site, and then talk specifically about building safety cases for the BVLOS automated drone operation missions. So that is something that we're gonna cover in the next set of webinars. So please stay tuned to our newsletters and social media for those kind of details, and we'd be happy to share more details on the next webinar. So that's it, I suppose. Rasha, do you have any kind of polls here?
Yes, let me run a quick poll. So the second poll is in progress. We have few questions here. We would want to understand from all the attendees what is it that they are looking for. Are they looking to procure a docking station and wanting to learn more about the VMS, or do they already have a docking station or a charging pad and they want to integrate it with FlytNow? Or are they looking for a complete solution, a turnkey platform, which Joe clearly mentioned how he can help with everyone with? And the second question is how urgently are our attendees looking for this complete drone in a box solution? Do they already do they have an urgent requirement, or are they looking for in the 1 or 2 months, or are they just exploring for various options? I will wait for a couple of seconds before we end the poll. All right, so I'll end the poll right now, and we'll just quickly share the results. So most of our attendees are looking for a complete solution. If you are based out of UK, you could definitely reach out to us and we would connect you to Joe, or you could reach out to Joe directly. And if you're looking already have access to a docking station or hardware, we can most definitely help you with the complete FlytNow software. Most of our attendees today are exploring various options for a future project, and we would be definitely eager to learn more about it from you. So that was the poll for today. Over to you, Achal.
Great, thank you. And with that, we are open for the Q&A. So Joe and I are happy to answer your question. We have a quick question here from Andrew. Andrew, I answered one of your questions, but Joe, if you have any recommendations there. So Andrew is looking to cover about 10-mile radius. So he needs a fast drone. So he's looking for a US or a European made drone manufacturer which can achieve a speed of 120 miles per hour. So my suggestion was to look for a VTOL drone for this case, but I'm not aware of any specific manufacturer here. So if you have any thoughts on this, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few. I mean, really for that sort of radius and those sort of airspeeds, it would probably even be a fixed wing aircraft, which does create a few complications in terms of sort of mission planning and so forth. But yeah, there are various different VTOL and fixed wing manufacturers out there, but I'm not sure that you'd get any that would give you an airspeed of 120 miles an hour. That would be really quite fast. I'm not sure if there's anyone in the market that's up to that.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. There's a quick follow-up question. So Andrew is also looking to, they have existing project and they're looking to integrate the product with Intellicam LLC. So Andrew, happy to work with you to understand more. Feel free to reach out to us. We'll have our details on the last slide. So you can reach out to us and happy to help there. Next question is from Rene. Question is where the drone box is located. From there depends the communication range radius. So I'm not sure what exactly are you asking, where now it depends on the drone you're using. If you're using the Mavic kind of drone, then you are always tied to the RC link. But if you're using something like a Metris 300 or a custom drone, then you could have unlimited range using 4G. I think those were some questions that we have. Do we have any other questions?
We have one in the chat, Achal, where our attendee is asking how much is the complete system or how much would it cost to get the entire system, if you would want to share some figures.
Sure. So the systems as we are speaking about from the last webinars are 10x cheaper than the usual system that you look forward to. So feel free to contact us. We'll be able to tell you the right docking station to go for, which is suitable for your environment requirement and the use case, as well as what are the components that you need from FlytNow. So we'd be happy to share the pricing over a quick call. Let's see if you have more questions here. Okay, I think those are the ones that we have right now. If you have any suggestions or feedback about this webinar, or if you'd like to learn more about any specific subject, feel free to put that in chat or Q&A. And we would be happy to take up those topics in our upcoming webinars. So I'll wait for a few more seconds if somebody has any specific questions. The contact details are on screen. So you of course know the flight-based FlytNow contact details. If you're looking to speak with RAWview, here are the details. We have been really closely working with Joe and his team for more than a year now, where we are helping them with the complete software, and then RAWview is helping the customers, the end users, with a complete solution at their end. So feel free to reach out to them to understand more how they can help you. And if you have any specific questions, you can reach out to us at our email ID, that is flightnow@flightbase.com. Okay, I think we can wrap it up. Thank you everybody for joining today. A recording would be available for this webinar. So in case you have joined in late, that would be something which will be sent out to you, so you can again access the complete webinar and learn that. You can obviously go to FlytNow webinar section on the website to check out our previous webinars or our upcoming webinars and register for them. So thank you everybody for joining today. Thanks for your time, and we will look forward to working with you all in the near future.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Achal. Joe, if you have any closing thoughts?
No, I don't think so. Just thanks very much for inviting me to speak. It's been good.